Hey, I guess a little thing on faith, trust in God, that kind of thing. Just a real life application. And of course, as usual, I don't have a sermon prepared or anything like that. But just from real life. So I was going to take my first vacation, my first week of vacation in like 40 years. And it was going to start essentially today. This is Friday after work. I'm heading home. And it was going to be, obviously the weekend. And then this coming Monday through Friday was going to be my first week off in like forever, literally. And then I was going to go punch out, and my supervisor came up to me. And he's like, hey, Don, I wanted to ask you a question. And I'm kind of, like some of you, I'm a bad kid. So I'm like, okay, what did I do? I tend to be a little bit of a maverick at work, maverick in life. And he's like, I won't use his name, but a co-worker, his grandmother just passed away. And he needs to go travel wherever, and he needs to deal with that. And so you have your week scheduled. You have a week off scheduled next week, but then we'd be two guys down because Elmer. I'm using his name now. Elmer's going to be gone to go deal with his grandmother's passing away. And we'll be down two guys, which is going to be really hard. And he said, it's up to you. And I'm like, just me being me. I'm just like, no, I won't take the week off. And we rescheduled it for November. And I said, no, I'll be here. And, I'm going to be a team player, and I'm not going to take the week off when it's just going to create a huge hardship for everyone. I'll be here, But it was, even though initially it was disappointing for me because I've been waiting, and I'm like, oh, I'm finally going to get a week off. Oh, this is going to be cool. And then at the last second, nope, you're going to have to wait till November. You know what my attitude, honest to God, is? I know now, I know with God working in my life, really this last year, I know that there's some reason why God does not want me to take this next week off, and wants me rather to take the week of like the 4th through the 8th of November or something like that off. I know by faith now that God has a good reason for it, even to the point where I'm certain that God was like, okay, we're just going to have to take out Elmer's grandmother because my servant Don, my son Don, there's a good reason why. I don't know, maybe I was going to get into an accident. Maybe I had a couple things I was going to do during my vacation. I have a bunch of scrap metal I got to turn in. I got to get it out of my yard for preparing to move. But there's some reason, and I know absolutely by faith, that God is protecting me. And there's something that would have happened, or something where I would have had the wrong week off. And God knew that, and has manipulated events even to the point where someone has passed away so that I would take the right week off, because God knew that. Like today again, I'm going to get on Highway 26, and I'm going up there, and I'm like, okay, God, I pray that you get me on the freeway safely and get me over 3 lanes safely in Jesus' name. And when I'm going up that on-ramp, sometimes there's that little light that goes back and forth and you got to trade, left car, right car, left car, right car. And I'm not even worried. I'm not even concerned. I'm like, God is going to get me on that freeway exactly when I'm supposed to get on there, because he's got the timing that's going to get me over those 3 lanes without any issue. It doesn't matter when I hit the light. It doesn't matter how fast I'm going, how slow I'm going. It's not up to me. It's not up to circumstances or luck. I've prayed and I've asked God in Jesus' name to get me onto that horrific freeway and to get me over 3 lanes in that big truck without incident. And I know by faith he's going to do it. And once again today, I'm going up. All of a sudden, like the parting of the Red Sea, there's this clearing on Highway 26, and boom, 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 I hit the fast lane in no time at all. And I'm just like, woo! I'm like, and I'll talk to myself sometimes. I'll be like, look at that! Look at that! I told you, God got me over here, And I'm doing that every day, Monday through Friday. And it's really built my faith. And then to see how things worked out with the house situation and how it's working out. Unexplainable outside of God setting things up, God orchestrating things in order to protect me. And I even have faith to believe that God is setting me and my wife up so that then we're in a better position down the road to be able to help somebody else. Real tithing. I'm going to do a little study on this. I don't know if I'm going to make a blue collar study out of it or not, but I see, when you look at the tithing in the New Testament, it's for the poor saints. It's for Christians who are in trouble and they need some help. Like maybe, and I'll just use the name. I keep thinking of like Ashley DeShields. Suppose, in a few years, just throwing a number out there, everything is well established with me and my wife, and everything is hunky-dory. And lo and behold, Ashley DeShields has another operation on her jaw or something, and now all of a sudden she's $5,000 in the hole and doesn't know what she's going to do. Well, I'm hoping that God, looking forward, seeing he wants to protect me, he wants to protect my wife, set us up, and he also wants to take care of Ashley DeShields, a good Christian woman. Maybe he's got this. I keep thinking, he's going to have me set up to where, maybe I, can send her a couple of grand or whatever, as a tithe. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but I keep thinking that that would be something that would come up, and it'd be like, you know what, we're living in this nice house, it's paid off, we just got to deal with the taxes and such, and everything has worked out great for us, and now we're way ahead for the first time in our life. No longer for the first time in 40 years living in a hovel. Working with no vacation, no sick time, working our tails to the bone. Now all of a sudden we have some excess funds, and God clearly shows, hey, look at the situation over here. Her testimony, all this. She's been praying for you, and your life has been better simply because she's got the satellite connection to me that's something else. You need to write a check. So, God's plans, God's ways of doing things, it's above and beyond what we can ask or think. and it's got more complexities in it than we can ask or think. And it won't just be maybe, me and my wife getting taken care of, and maybe somehow my folks will get, it will be a blessing for my folks and for some other Christian. And I mean, it gets very complex, and that's just God. And I'm really seeing this more in the last year and a half than I've ever seen in my life, and more now today than ever. So when it was obvious that the right thing to do was to not take a week off for the, even though I had it coming, looking forward to it. It's going to be my first week off in like 40 years. I knew, okay, God knows what he's doing. And if I were to just exercise my rights and take that week off, woe be to me, because God has a better plan than I do. God knows things that I don't know. And there's a good reason why this is happening, even to the point where I think God had to bump somebody off in order to manipulate circumstances so that I would not take that week off and take the week off I was supposed to. God is in control. God is in charge. Just don't forget to pray. And, forget this prayer, church. Forget this prayer list, praying. I am not against prayer list. God bless you. You have a prayer list. But don't get into this routine where, Mother Mary, full of grapes, blessed be the fruit of the loom. I got my prayer list. Pray for Bob. Pray for da. No. Come to God by faith. Come to God in faith. And like you're talking to a friend, you're talking to someone that you know is going to take care of you. He's going to take care of things one way or another. Even if he doesn't answer the prayer the way you think it should be answered, he's going to take care of things. He's going to do it better than you know how to do it. God, I'm getting on this freeway here pretty soon. I need you to get me on that first lane, and I need you to get me over 3 lanes safely. In Jesus' name, thank you. And then you're entering onto that freeway. Boom, you hit that 3rd lane, and you're like, I knew he'd do it. I knew he'd do it. Amen. Woo! I knew he'd do it. Praise the Lord. Boy, what these people are missing that don't know God. That should be your attitude. Don't forget to pray, and pray in faith. It's good to be saved.